It's windy up here. Welcome to another video. So you're joining me today at the Valley of Rocks. I'm with Carl from Into the Outdoors. So if you haven't checked out his channel, do go ahead and do that. I'll drop a link in the description below. So today we're just talking a couple of simple compositions, hopefully. If the light plays ball, the sun's gone completely. It was nice and sunny when we arrived. So just a quick side note there, I do say the cloud's completely gone, and then you'll see a big shadow of a DJI Action 4 on me. So obviously there is sun there, but it's just very fleeting with the big patch. When we arrived, before we got to the top of that hill, excuse my voice by the way, I got laryngitis, it's a bit shredded. When we got to the bottom, when we were at the bottom of the hill, it was clear blue skies, and when we got to the top of the hill, all the cloud had come over from my left-hand side, so it had completely covered the area that we were going to be photographing in cloud, with the occasional patches of sunlight coming through. So that's what I meant by the cloud had disappeared. So carry on with the video. So just a couple of simple compositions, because it's a nice area, but I find it very rocky. It's all the same. So I just want to try and grab a couple of nice ones of maybe just the rocks here and this valley going up through with this leading line here. So a couple of those. So I'm going to head on down, and yeah, it just seems to say thank you so much for watching. No, roll that epic B-roll. Righty, so we're just playing the waiting game. So I've got a composition and I think I'm happy with it. I've only bought the 17-40 because, you know me, I love the 17-40 for some reason. But I should have bought a longer focal length. It would have been nicer to be able to have a bit more reach. So anyway, let me talk you through this, so which is easier for you to see. The back of the screen is the little tree here, right here, where the almost where the crosshairs are there. But that was my main thought, was this sort of area here. However, I don't have the reach to get there. I can crop it in post, so maybe I'll do that. But at the moment, what I've come up with is this rock coming down the edge as a foreground element, and then we got the valley, and then you've got these beautiful trees at the background, and there are lovely autumn colours in them, which you can't really see at the moment. So it is just a waiting game, waiting for that light to hit those trees, light that up, and yeah, and then I can grab an image. So I'm on f11. I'm on ISO 100, and my shutter speed is, at the moment, well, it depends on what I'm doing. So I'm 45th of a second at the moment, but I'm also going to expose to the clouds as well, and I'm at a 40mm focal length, so we're just starting to get some light there, but it's not in the right spot. But let me just take that a second. So yeah, so 40mm focal length. So that's as close as I can get, and I might crop one in. So what I might do is I might put both images up if I take it. Well, no, I will take it, but if the light comes and it looks nice, I'll put both of them up on the screen. You can decide. Let me know in the comments which one you think, whether the cropped in version, I'm not sure how well I'm going to be able to crop it in, looks compositionally. Don't worry about the technicalities of it, because like I said, there's no light, but let me know which one you think would be better, whether it's the wider shot or the cropped in shot.
That's the way it goes. Life will teach you what you need to know. And ooh, like a river flows, life will take you where you need to go. Getting old don't bother me, 'cause with eyes that's been through life, it's so much easier to see who I am and who I wanna be. No, getting old don't bother me. Truth can be a bitter pill, but it'll do you right and set you free the way a lie never will. Like climbing up the steepest hill, but truth can be a bitter pill. And ooh, that's the way it goes. Life will teach you what you need to know. And ooh, like the river flows.
All right, so okay, so this is the original composition I was going for, just beside this tree with the gravel there. And now I've come a little further up. We were just back here. I've come a little further up and I've included this rock now in this side, still including some of this of the heather on the left to balance out the rock and the image, and then using this bunch of trees in the middle as a just a leading line to go all the way through. So you've got the rock, the heather, and then a path going through with the leading line going back up to the trees. But I don't know whether this is too much of a stronger image. The strength for this maybe outweighs this, and it maybe off balances it a little bit. I'm not entirely sure. But I will say, definitely, we need that sunlight, because without that sunlight, the picture is just, it's awful. We need so much more light, and the shadows and the contrasting on the rocks, and back through you can see through the trees there, and where the contrast is, it just completely changes the image. So I just have to wait around for the light to be in the right spot, and I think it's close to it, but we've got a load of people here. Do I Photoshop them out? Yeah, I think I can. Well, that sun's just coming through. I'm going to pop that image up on the screen. F8 ISO 100 on a 1/80th of a second shutter speed, give or take, with the light, and a focal length of about 35mm. Right, I would love to know how Carl's going to get down from there. I would love to know your thoughts on this composition. I kind of liked the rocks in this composition as they come up. They lead your eye away from the foreground elements here. Now, what I've done is I've excluded this rock here in camera, and it just starts around here, and it comes down and around, and then you've got this separation between the two rocks, the foot in the background and the one in the midground here. And you've got that little bit of water coming around, and then the rocks coming up. I'll put the image up on the screen. But looking at this entire scene, how would you compose this image? Because I've taken the photo. I don't know, it's just something about it. I like the rocks, but also I just can't seem to get that composition. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know what you would see as a better composition, or how you would compose that differently, because I can't put my finger on what needs to be. I've tried getting down lower, I've tried moving around, I've tried using this path here as a leading line, but this is just too, I don't know, it's just too open and barren compared to the rest of the scene. It just doesn't, I don't think they complement each other that well. So yeah, maybe getting closer to one of the bigger rocks. I'm not sure, but yeah, I want to kind of lead your eye up through it, but I'm just not sure how I do it. The zigzags of the pathway that they come up, I quite like them, but again, does it lead your eye out back into the image? How does that work? I don't know. I'm not overly happy with it. It just seems to be a bit all over the place. The trees, they're bringing in the trees as a leading line, but also using these rocks as well. So, you know, where is your eye coming in from? Okay, so now we've done this side of the rocks. Then what we're going to do is we're going to head all the way back up through these rocks, all the way to the top of that hill there. And we're going to check it out up there, what that looks like, and I will check back in with you then. So back to where we started, right at the top of the Valley of Rocks. And yeah, like I said, check out Carl's channel, Into the Outdoors. You'll see loads of places like this on there, and wild camping and all sorts of stuff like that. Do go and check that out. This view though is incredible, look at that. So it just leaves me to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.